After getting obliterated by the Washington Commanders, my optimism for this next game is not so high. As you guys see by the title, we played the San Francisco 49ers and they just dog-walked the Patriots. Their defense looked elite. Fred Warner had a pick six. They were getting sack after sack after sack. And the fact that they're going up against my Arizona Cardinals, who had a ton of trouble against the Commanders, I'm kind of concerned. What's interesting though is that the 49ers did lose to the Rams on a game-winning field goal, who the Cardinals so happened to destroy 42-10. That just goes to show how washy the NFL is. Like, anything can happen every single week. So we're gonna go ahead and dissect this game real quick because there is a lot to break down. The Cardinals want to win this. There's a lot that has to go right because the 49ers on paper are the clearly better team. I'm not even gonna sit here in front about that, but the Cardinals are going to have to lock in on these key aspects. We'll go ahead and talk about the game right now. And let's go ahead and talk about Jordan Mason, who is substituting for Christian McCaffrey as he is dealing with Achilles tendonitis in both of his legs. You would think that would be such an unfortunate loss because Christian McCaffrey is clearly one of the best, if not the best running back in the entire NFL. When he's playing behind this 49ers team, they are a different unit. He makes them go at a crazy pace. But Jordan Mason has came in here and he leads the league in carries and almost leads the league in yards. He's got 91 carries so far, 447 yards. He's totaled 3 touchdowns, averaging almost 5 yards a pop. It's safe to say that he stepped in and he is making his name known. When McCaffrey comes back, they clearly have somebody back him up. If McCaffrey's not fully healthy at times, I don't think they're in a rush. Like, they don't need to be. Let McCaffrey heal up completely. Let Jordan Mason take the whole load. Pause. But he's looked great. And that even goes to last game as well against the Patriots, where he totaled 123 yards on 24 attempts, totaling a touchdown and 5.1 yards a pop. He had his way. Like, let's just call it how it is. That's basically what he's been doing all season long. But if he does that to the Cardinals, I'm not going to be surprised. They love attacking the outside. They run a lot of zones, outside reads. They do a lot of pitch plays, a lot of tosses. Like, that's kind of his running style, and it is working so well for the Niners. They gashed the Patriots with outside runs last game, and the Cardinals might be in trouble here because in the league so far, the Arizona Cardinals defense has not been fantastic. Overall, as a unit, we are kind of buns. Let's just call it how it is. According to Kyle Odegaard, he says the pass rush win rate ranking for the Arizona Cardinals this season is 31st in the league, which is one off from being the absolute worst. But don't worry, we are the worst in something. So we do take the crown here in run stop win rate, where we rank 32nd. If you've watched Cardinals games, it feels like we can't stop anybody in the backfield, and it's an instant 5 yards a pop. What do you think Jordan Mason, who's literally averaging 5 yards a pop, is going to do to this defense? He's probably going to tear us up. Cardinals, literally, it feels like we cannot stop anybody. As a fan watching them, like, every time we don't score the ball on offense, I know that the other team's going to go down and they're probably going to score a touchdown, and we're going to be in trouble from the get. And the 49ers, who have a ton of talent offensively, necessarily haven't put it all together. You can clearly tell that Brandon Ayuk not being there for training camp and holding out for a contract has hindered his play a lot. Brock Purdy doesn't look fantastic, but he doesn't look bad whatsoever. He's kind of getting comfortable as the season goes on, but those first couple weeks, there were definitely struggles. And we're going to need Purdy to struggle, and hopefully the guy who has been balling all season long, Garrett Williams, who has been a bright spot for the Cardinals defense, who shined in week 4, is able to get stuff going and lock up because we desperately need it against this San Francisco team. Garrett Williams had a very impressive outing though. 82.8 coverage grade, which was 7th among corners last week, 35 snaps, 29 yards allowed. He had an interception and allowed a 36.7 passer rating. That's lockdown. Garrett Williams is someone I've been really high on, big fan. I mean, he would have went higher if he didn't tear his ACL, so thankfully he fell to the Cardinals because we need secondary help so bad. Sean Murphy-Bunting has not looked fantastic this year. He is a holding machine, a penalty monster. So I think priority number 1 when it comes to this Arizona Cardinals defense is we're going to have to get in the backfield. And when I say get in the backfield, I mean we have to stop the run. We can't let Jordan Mason just get loose and get 5 yards a pop, because if we start getting gashed, this defense already isn't good. If we get gashed early on, San Francisco controls time of possession, we are going to get killed. But when we flip it to the offensive side for the Cardinals, our offensive line has actually been pretty decent this season, and some people who are standing out, one in particular, has been Paris Johnson Jr. Highest graded offensive lineman, Paris Johnson, as you guys see, is top 5. And also something I'm going to talk about, this is through week 4, by the way. This isn't all season, but let's go ahead and talk about it. There's 3 San Francisco 49ers on this list, by the way. Colton McKivitz, you got Trent Williams, and Dominique Puny, I believe is his name, but he has been fantastic. Dominic has looked great for the 49ers. Paris Johnson is clearly a franchise cornerstone left tackle for this team, and he's been fantastic, and it's setting up the run game, which is a reason why James Conner is having such a fantastic season and killed the Commanders last week. The line is stepping up. Will Hernandez is also a product of this line. Evan Brown has come in here. He's looked pretty good at left guard. Then you got Froholt at center, who has honestly emerged as a top 10, top 12 center in the league. He came out of nowhere, and he's been fantastic for us this season. Cardinals are going to need it because the 49ers have a great line, and Hargrave hasn't been fantastic for them. He kind of got a contract and kind of disappeared. But they do have a guy who was taken number 2 overall in the draft, one after Kyler Murray, and that is Nick freaking Bosa. This dude wrecks games. But the thing with Nick Bosa is he doesn't always just line up on one side. He's very versatile. He goes on the left, he goes on the right, like he's everywhere. So Paris is probably going to see some action against him. Kelvin Beacham's probably going to see some action, and we have to make sure he doesn't wreck this game. There's a lot schematically that you're gonna have to go into this because the run game, I think, for the Cardinals isn't going to look as good as you guys probably think. 49ers have a pretty good run defense, and the Cardinals made it a priority known that we want to run the football, but it seems at times we like to abandon that. I think over everything this game is the Cardinals have to have a dominant pass game. Kyler Murray actually has to step up, and this is kind of a big game for him because a lot of people are trashing his name right now. In week 4 against the Commanders, he did not look fantastic, led this offense to 14 points, and if you look at these stats, you're probably like, they're not that bad. But this offense was cooked. Like, outside of James Conner, Marvin Harrison Jr., this offense really was cooked. And Kyler didn't play the worst game. I am very aware of that. It could have been a lot worse. 142 yards, 72.7 completion percent, a touchdown. And I will say the one thing about Kyler that I do like this season is he's not turning the ball over, but it's also not leading to points. So something has to get cleaned up because this is just not it right here. Putting up 14 points against the Commanders, unacceptable. And the 49ers still, in my eyes, are one of the best teams in the entire NFL. So the Cardinals are going to have to establish very early on a dominant pass game, and we're actually going to go ahead and dive into my keys for this game right now. The first one we just said is the Cardinals have to have an elite pass game here. Kyler Murray's going to have one of his best games of the season, and I think this is such a crucial win because if we fall to 1-4, things are going to get very ugly very fast. I'm going to put faith in Kyler, but I mean, we need this. If he doesn't do it, things are not going to go well. And the second thing is the Cardinals are going to have to find a way to neutralize or at least get Jordan Mason to struggle. He hasn't done that all season. Somehow we got to neutralize him. I don't know how that's going to happen, but the 49ers have been able to run the football on every single team. And the Cardinals, one of the worst in the league. I don't think this is going to happen. I think Jordan Mason is going to have an absolute field day, but that's going to have to be a very crucial point. Jordan Mason gets going, that play action pass is going to open up, Purdy's going to look comfortable, and he's going to start to dissect. So we need that locked up. And the other thing I'm going to say, and this might sound so stupid and so obvious, is the Cardinals have to score the freaking football consistently. Can't just be the first drive. For some reason, we look fantastic in the first drive and then we fade away and disappear. That can't happen. We need to be able to put up points throughout the entirety of the game. That is such a no-brainer, but if it's Cardinals fans, you understand why I'm saying this. It has been a problem. And for my bold prediction of the day, I really don't know where to go with this. I got Jaden Daniels' interception right, but I think I'm gonna rock with Kyler Murray totaling 3 touchdowns on the day. I think that's crazy, but I'm gonna rock with it. It's not confident. This is definitely a bold prediction. We're gonna do it. And when we're going to talk about a score prediction for this game, I'm going to be a realist here. I think the 49ers are going to win this game. I'm going to say they win it 31-24. It could get a lot uglier, and if it is, the Cardinals have a lot of problems, but I'm going to say we do end up dropping it, unfortunately. Like, I don't want to sit here and just like, hey, the Cardinals are going to win. I believed in every other win before this, but this one I have no confidence in whatsoever. So hopefully the Cardinals prove me wrong. I got the 49ers walking away with this. Let me know your guys' predictions down in the comment section below, how you guys are feeling about this game, what the Cardinals have to do to win it, what the 49ers have to do to win it. If you're a fan of either team, I want to hear every single side. I want to get this thing going, man. Second division matchup for the Arizona Cardinals. Let's get it. If we can pull this off, it would be fantastic for the NFC West standings. And if the Seahawks drop it, man, the optimism's back through the roof. But until that happens, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be a realist. But with that being said, that is going to wrap up today's video, man. Consider hitting that subscribe button. I post Arizona Cardinals and NFL related content. So if you're a fan of either of those, this is the perfect channel for you. But like I said, man, that is all I got for today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. It's been your boy Mythic. Peace out.